Lens adapters are probably one of the best things that have happened for the amateur photo and videographers, and in this video you'll know why and how with these 4 adapters made by FConcept. The lens adapters featured in this review are the KF06.082 which allows you to install M42 lenses to the Micro Four Thirds lens mount, the KF06.091 which allows you to install Canon FD lenses to the Micro Four Thirds lens mount, the KF06.082 which allows you to install Canon FD lenses to the Canon EOS EF lens mount, and finally the KF06.442 which is the newer Pro model of the KF06.442 model. This adapter allows you to install Canon EOS lenses to the Micro Four Thirds lens mount. All these adapters are in essence the same thing, adapters that allow you to install various lenses on different camera mounts. This means that no matter what, you can use your favorite lenses on any future camera you acquire, regardless of the mount used. The adapters can be had for around $20 to $30 or the equivalent in euros. Depends on the retailer you choose or the adapter model, and for the price these things are worth a dime. These adapters are all made from solid metal, however there are some differences, and that's based on the mount of the camera body and especially the mount of the lenses. For example, the KF06.442 has a latch type mount that matches the original Canon EOS mount of the body camera, while the KF06.091 has a rotating locking mechanism meant to lock in place any Canon FD lenses to the adapter. This is the case for all adapters, or all types of adapters, not just these ones, but at this time these 4 will be a good subject for us. The adapters are made from solid metal, there is no plastic everywhere to be seen. Everything is made from metal, including the bearing in those adapters that use those type of mechanisms that require rotations. Installing them will depend only on what lens and camera body you use. It's that easy. Each camera mount has a specific system, and the same will be said for the lens mount. But that's not the important bit. The important thing is, do these adapters work? Yes, they do. Beautifully, in fact. But you're not here for that. You're not here to see or to hear how I say it. You're here for photos of various lenses using these adapters, and that's what I will deliver right now. All adapters allow infinity focus if the lens has that option, and all adapters have no movement in their structure. And that's a big thing because some adapters that shall not be named, even when they cost a lot more, have some play in their structure which will result in lower quality footage. The KNF adapters though do not have such things, and you should have noticed this already as a lot of my reviews have been shot using a Canon FD 50mm lens paired to a Panasonic Lumix camera. And not a single person was able to point that one out, not a single one. Moving on, these adapters do work, and unless you have a lens that has a warped lens mount, then you should have not an issue with any of these adapters. I like to say that these adapters are professional grade in terms of build quality, and that's the simple truth. You can't go wrong with pure metal that has been machined into a lens mount. It's easy for some manufacturers and very hard for others, but that's how life is in general. The FConcept lens adapters are good. There is no play in their structure, not even with a big 200mm zoom lens attached to the adapters, although for such a large lens I would advise you to use an additional support to handle the weight of the lens better. A big lens is an issue for a lot of adapters, and believe me, I've seen a lot of stuff happening with other models from other manufacturers when using this particular lens. Not here though. These FConcept adapters are just what they promise, adapters that allow you to use the lenses from the past year onto your brand new camera body. There's nothing to complain, really, they just work, and infinity focus was not an issue for me with any of my lenses. The pricing will be varied based on what adapter you get, as each lens and camera body mount require a different mounting system, thus different manufacturing process and a different amount of materials. Are there adapters that are better than these ones? Perhaps yes, of course, especially those that have electronic pins that allow you to use autofocusing systems or electronic aperture selection. But these are what's called a dumb adapter. It just adapts a lens to a camera. It does not translate any electronic signals whatsoever. But that's what we get for what we pay. If you like this review, then you might consider subscribing for more, and if you want to support me directly, then in the description below you will find the links for the Patreon and the subscriber start pages of this channel.